The finest chess opening has one gambit reply you must know about. Looking at this position, why does white have doubled pawns? If we go back a few moves, this is the gambit reply you must know about. When I talk about the finest chess opening, I'm talking about the Queen's Gambit. However, if people don't allow you to play the Queen's Gambit, they might go for the Englund Gambit. Now, before I get straight into this, before I show you how to respond, I'm going to show you the traps. Here, already, black is completely winning. And here, black is also completely winning after taking this knight. You guys might be thinking, what is William talking about? Well, let me take it from the top, from this moment. D4. The Englund Gambit is for people who want to play risky chess. They want to win quickly. But by watching this video, you will refute their lines. E5, they strike in the center to the untrained eye, to people who have never seen this before. It just looks like a really silly move, but the point is black now gets really fast development. Knight attacks the pawn. You might defend, and now the queen also attacks the pawn. The most natural way to defend this is bishop to f4. This is why people play gambits. The most natural way actually leads to the opening trap. I don't blame people for playing it because you want to win fast right here, right now. Bishop to f4 is such a normal move to defend the pawn. And here, if you've never seen this before, you might already feel like you're in some trouble. Queen to b4 check, hitting the king and the bishop. So you cannot play pawn here, you will just lose the bishop. If you play queen here, then we actually get to the trap. The best move is actually bishop d2. And after this, then the knight can come to c3. Just want to show you this moment here. If bishop to d2, which is just such a natural move, hitting the queen, and now it looks like we are in big trouble. What if we play the most natural move, which is bishop to c3? It's a brilliant X-ray defense, hitting the queen and defending the rook. As you guys saw in the intro, black now has a brilliant move, bishop to b4. If you take the bishop, then you lose the rook. But there might be one tricky defense. White might play queen to d2, and that's the problem. Do you know, so many people have lost from this position. Black now just takes the bishop, and it looks like queen takes bishop, and then you are defending the rook, but now you just lose. It's just checkmate in one. That's one of the weirdest checkmates I've ever seen. Normally you never even get this chance because the white queen is definitely near the king at the beginning of the game. I mean, it's only move 7, and you've lost. So this is actually the first trap. Now coming up, I'm going to show you how to respond against this. Now the second Englund trap. The second reason why people want to play this kind of opening is this kind of trap. We'll take it from the top, d4, e5. Of course, we are going to take the gambit, and now bishop comes out to c5, attacking the weak spot. Normally some people might want to go for 4-move checkmate. Not today. We go knight f3, which is such a natural move. You defend your extra pawn, and you stop the queen coming out anyway. They play d6. If you see this position, you just might be thinking, what is William talking about? Why is he covering this video? This trap I've seen so many times in blitz games. And the next move is absolutely horrid, really. Absolutely terrible. After you take, now you're just up 2 pawns, black plays one of the strangest moves you will ever see in your entire life. In your entire life. Knight to e7. A good move is actually knight to c3. You don't want to take. You don't want to take because you lose. Can you see probably one of the most interesting moves? One of the best moves of all time. You guys have 5 seconds. Can you see it? I'm going to tell you guys very soon anyway. Pause the video now, or just let the timer run. I will give you 5 seconds. Black to move and win. Queen takes queen is not possible at the moment. You want to win white's queen, but the king is there, so you play one of the best moves I've ever seen. One of the best moves of all time. Bishop takes f2 check is horrid. After take, now you take the queen. Now it's very important if we go back 2 moves. If we go back 2 moves after taking, you want the pawn to be off the d file, so then the queens face each other, and then you play this trap. So why is William covering this video? By watching up to this point, you now know the 2 most famous traps in the Englund Gambit, and now I'm going to show you how to stop it. I'm also going to go through one more trap, but really it's a kind of setup that people go for. So we take it from the top again, d4, e5, we're going to take, nice. And now they actually blow open the center now. They can actually do it, maybe knight c6 as well. So we just defend it. Now, of course, black is not going to take because you just get the queens off. And then you're just totally winning and the guy can't castle. No way. Remember, people play gambits because they want to get their pieces out really quickly. This is called fast development and they want to win quickly as well. Just like we saw before. They won in 7 moves. So here, they put pressure in the center. And one response you can take, but then black actually gets their pieces out so quickly. Look at the bishops. Look at the queen, and then you are already castled. Now, white is up a pawn, but black's pieces are so fast in development. If we go back a few moves, I want to make this suggestion. Don't give black what they want. You see that bishop going to g5? Play it. After bishop to g5. Hit the queen, and there are few responses. If you go f6, then you're good. You are good. And after, just get your knight out to c3. 1, 2, you castle. You're safe. If they play a worse move, which is bishop, well, now pieces just come off. If we're up a pawn, then of course we keep trading. They might take, and now, of course, you just take it. There's no bishop anymore to come in. And white just has, black just has a random weak pawn here. Knight here, 1, 2. So in this kind of position, black might actually play a really funny looking move, queen d7, but then we're good. Now we can take on d6. Well, what's the big difference? That bishop is in the way. Do you remember before that bishop could really quickly come out and then it's developed straight away. Knight out to c3, queen d2, and you're ready to castle. That bishop is just in the way of the queen, so already this is such a nice setup, and white is still up a pawn. So this is one setup black really, really wants to get. And I've had this a few times in a blitz game, and I feel like I didn't play the best setup. So let's go to the next chapter. Here we go. Now I'm going to show you how I would play against it, because you want to avoid black's best responses. Knight c6, so same thing, defend the pawn, and now I want you to give the pawn back. This is based on psychology. If we think about black, they are a player who wants to win fast, and they want to develop their pieces straight away. So you don't give them that option. You go knight to c3. You might be thinking, why is William just giving the pawn back? Now you go knight d5. Hit the queen on e7 and the pawn on c7, and there's only one move here you have to play. Take. That's actually a fantastic point. They have to play take with check, and then you take back with the pawn. Now, if they don't, they are busted, I think. Yeah, bishop to f4 looks totally winning. Now, we can take. Just take that pawn and it's gone. Here, here, and then bishop f4. We are going to come in on c7. Knight takes c7. We are going to win the rook. Just want to go back here. Let me just double check this moment. We can take first. Yeah. Just want to show if bishop f4, this is still good, but then you just give black an extra option to defend. But if we just go back 2 moves, this moment, just want to make sure, take, and then bishop f4, now you're winning. Don't worry, guys. You take the pawn, hit the rook. No, you're not hitting the rook because the queen is defending. Now, you might take with check. Oops. You might take with check, or play an accurate move. Rook to b1. All right, and then take. Yeah. Just stop the dude coming in with bishop. I like that accurate move. I really like that. Rook to b1. Just guard the b4 square and then take with check. And then you can take the rook next. Fantastic. Let's just go back a few moves. So really, that's actually a great thing about this line. After knight to d5, then black has to play this only move or they're in big trouble. After take, the queen can only go to 1 square. You can't go here because you get forked. You get forked. If you go here, it's the same problem, guys. It's the same problem. Can you see? It's like, now we are trying to trap black. They try to trap us with their trap. Now we trap them with our trap. I think I've said trap 4 times in 2 sentences. That's a cool trap. Bishop to f4. The queen moves away, and then we will take. Doesn't matter where the queen moves. Check. And we will pick up the rook. We are totally winning. Right, let's go back a few moves here. So, in this moment, they have to give us double pawns, but this is actually a good feature. After take, the queen has to go back, and now 2 options. I want to recommend the blue arrow. Can you guys see? The pawn will now go to e4. Getting space, and then it just looks so nice. You are defending the knight in the center, and in this kind of position, I believe black has two responses. They're just both such normal moves. The blue arrow kicking our dangerous knight away, and the knight coming out to challenge us. So we will go for that one first. Knight to f6, and now this pin is so dangerous. So it's now we are the one who is playing with fast development. Bishop out to g5, you pin, and they don't want double pawns. So black, they might just break their double pawns, and now we take the bishop. That's the beautiful thing. After this happens, now we put the queen right in the center. It's a beautiful central spot for the queen. We might take, but that's the cool thing. Even if this, I might not even take, because I don't want really for both of us to have double pawns. What a strange situation. Double pawns for both white and black. I don't know if I love this kind of position. Looks a bit too boring for me. No thank you. No thank you. I want to go back to this moment. Bishop back to e3 and lots of possibilities. Let me explain every arrow. The green one means white will castle next. The red one, the queen is perfect in the center. The blue one, the rook can go to g1, hit g7, and then the yellow ones, you can show the bishop possibilities. So this is already looking fantastic. Let's go back. Let's go back a few moves. I just want to go to the most natural move here, which is c6. Let's go back one move here. c6, kick the knight away. It drops back. Now, a little bit weak. A little bit weak around the dark squares. Knight might come out to f6. Now, you can pin or you can go bishop e3. Bishop to e3 and then queen d2 castle as shown by the green and the blue arrow. So one option here, you might... You might strike in the center, and now we can take. I just want to show you probably one of the best traps I've ever seen, preparing this video for you guys. If take. Now it looks like our double pawns are weak. Don't worry, the position's about to open up. We're about to castle queenside quickly. It should be okay. Take. And now check. Watch this. Check. And now here they might block, and queen e2 is probably one of the best moves I've ever seen. Watch this. Queen a5 check. It looks like I've totally blundered. I'm going to give you guys... 5 seconds. Can you see probably one of the best moves of all time for white? It looks like white is totally lost. Wrong. White is totally won. 5 seconds. Retreating moves are so difficult. You're not going to play this because you've just lost a bishop. So if you play this move, bishop d2 check from the queen, and you hit the black queen as well, and you win the queen. That is one of the best moves I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's go back a few moves. So this is just one line. There's so many ways to play against the Englund Gambit, and we are just changing the nature. We are the one playing aggressively. We are the one who's not going to accept the pawn. We give it back, and then we get a good type of position. Right, let's go to this moment. c6, knight c3, knight f6, bishop here. Just want to show one moment. Bishop b4, which threatens to give us double. I don't even mind. Queen d4 is probably a cool move. Let me see it. Nice. Queen d4. Beautiful central spot. Normally, we don't put the queen right in the center because it might be in danger. But guess what, guys? That knight is not here. So putting the queen on this beautiful spot can be a nice way to play. Castle, and then I actually love white's position. Queen is perfect. The rook can come here. I showed it with a blue arrow before. The bishop is so strong. This bishop, it was a yellow arrow before. Maybe comes here. Maybe you get the center push in such a fashion. This is already looking very strong. Let me just go back a couple moments. What if queen a5? Threatening to double? It doesn't matter. Okay, the double pawns don't matter. Take, we can always take back, and then our bishops are very strong. We can push in the center. We can even castle. Fascinating. I want to look at this a little bit because I'm learning as well. It's not just you guys. The reason is I thought take this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, maybe bishop c4. Oh, it doesn't matter because the queen is just stupid. I thought these double pawns were the double pawns were a problem. We can just get on with it. So rook g1 first. That's a cool option. Let me just get rid of these circles. Rook g1, then the bishop can come out to c4. Hitting, doesn't matter if you check. King here, and then push. Yeah, the queen's offside. This is actually a really, really nice position. Yes, I will take this. Absolutely. Black is so behind in development. Look on the back row. It's like the dude has only got the queen out. Right. This is an absolutely fantastic position. And guys, I think I have covered everything I need to say in this fantastic response to the Budapest Gambit. Let me just go one more response here. d4. Now, the Budapest... Sorry, not the Budapest. What am I talking about? The Englund Gambit is if they strike in the center, but what if they prepare it now? It's not a gambit anymore because we can respond in this fashion. A good number of my students play d4 to e4, d4 and e4 if black's first move is not controlling e4. So if d6, if they prepare, it's not a gambit anymore. We go e4, and one way to respond, they might strike in the center, and now we go f4. It's just a totally different setup. Can you see how aggressive it is? Can you see that is us being aggressive? So there we have it. Guys, thank you so much. Let me go all the way back to this moment. d4 to e5. You guys have watched to the very end of the video. Thank you very much. But did you guys know that after d4, knight f6, c4, e5, we have the Budapest Gambit? And this is exactly what I'm going to suggest to you guys. Can you see in the top left corner? Budapest Gambit, but how to beat it in chess. I'm so proud of this video because 2 years later, this video is actually one of the top videos on my channel. You want to follow on? You want to hang around? You want to stick around on this channel? Please click on that video on the top left corner. Now in the bottom left corner, I've got a different kind of video. High level Catalan chess opening. How to play one of the best openings with the white pieces. So if you guys want to hang around, please click in the top left or the bottom left. I'm very confident you will love both videos. Now for a totally different kind of video, this video is just rising on my channel, the best chess game you wish you played. It has 22 ideas. This will be in the top right. Which video will you pick? 1, 2 or 3?